T-minus 10, 9.
Hey, y'all. Welcome. If it's your first time, this is the Geekly Goods Roundup, guys, where we talk the latest movie news and a little bit of TV news as well. We hit the box office every week as well, guys. Man, oh man, we got to talk about this because movies are back, y'all. The biggest Memorial Day weekend ever. If you're returning, welcome back, guys. It's been a couple weeks, but we will be streaming on Monday nights now. Thank you so much for continuing to show up, or hey, if it's your first time, showing up for the first time, guys. Thank you so much. And y'all, we got a lot to get to, but let me get my calls in here, y'all. What's going on, Eli? How you doing? How you been, by the way? It's been a couple weeks.
I'm doing great. I'm not used to going first. Oh my gosh. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Listen, there's been a stint of like really good movies, and once I pull low in, we'll just talk about some of the movies we watched lately. Because I mean, we've had Mission Impossible, Lilo and Stitch, but also small ones like Friendship, and there's been Final Destinations come out. Like there's all kind of stuff in the movies right now.
Time to be at the movies, man.
And Final Destination has made a really good amount at the box office for its budget too. So I mean,
we love to see the variety.
Yeah, little slices of pie for everybody. What's up, Lo? Welcome back, man.
Hey, good afternoon. We back, baby.
we back, baby. It's really good
Happy to see you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
yes, sir.
Let me ask y'all what y'all been watching lately. What's everybody been watching? Movies, TV?
All of the above.
A little bit of both. Okay. Let me know, Lo, what you been watching, man.
So man, y'all know I'm a Trekkie. If you didn't know, now you know. Yes. I finally caught up to the final season of Discovery, which just ended this year. So I'm rounding it up. I went through 5 seasons of Star Trek Discovery, starring Sonequa Martin Green. Some of y'all might know her from The Walking Dead. She is amazing, and this show stole my heart. So I'm almost done with that. And I saw them all, man. I saw Final Destination. I saw Lilo and Stitch. I saw Mission Impossible.
Oh snap!
I've been busy.
Been booked and busy, man. Okay, what's your favorite of the 3? Final Destination.
You know what's funny? It had no business being as good as it was, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, loved it. However, God, I hate to say it. Minus Nani aside, I think Lilo kind of did its thing. I think she stole the show. Visually, it looked amazing, like Bleakley and Jamba and Lilo, Stitch himself looked really good. The CG was really crisp. Man. And I think, like I said, minus Nani, because I didn't really care for the actress that played her. I thought it was great. And I thought it got me emotional. Like I know Stitch's speech verbatim, his little speech at the end, and it still got me right here. So it had the heart, and it kind of stole it from me. But by a hair, Final Destination is right under that, because I did have a great time with that.
Man, Final Destination looks awesome, bro. I still haven't seen it, y'all. I'm a little behind. But Eli, let me know what you've been watching, movie-wise, TV-wise.
Damn, well, nowhere near as much as Loretto, but I did catch Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, as I have promised I would for weeks on weeks that I had on this show. And you know what? I had a jolly good time. I really did. Was it reheating the nachos of every single other Mission Impossible movie? Of course. But let me tell you, that scene, this set piece for this one was so much grander than the one for Dead Reckoning Part 1 that I was clenched. The runtime was, I could feel it, but boy, did like we had a really, really good time. It was so tense and
Mhm.
it's fun. It's just good old fashioned, kind of spy fun that Mission Impossible always likes to deliver. And I just caught up with Abbott Elementary, which I'm so happy with.
Ooh.
It's such a phenomenal comedy show. I totally understand why it gets nominated for so many Emmys. So it had been like a year or two since I had like fallen off from watching it because I got so behind. I was like, you know what? I'll get to it when I get to it. And I did now. And I'm so happy I did because it is such a wonderful show. And then I also saw, for all the Puerto Ricans in the chat, I saw Parto finally, which is a Teatro Breve production here that released in February and made its way back to the theaters now in May
Ooh.
and was absolutely phenomenal. What a good tight 90-minute comedy written by women, made by women, and just
What
so
what is it called?
it's called Parto, which in English is birth. And it's literally about this group of friends who get sucked into being one of the best friends' doula for her
Uh-huh.
home birth, and shenanigans ensue. It is really, really interesting. It's really funny. It's very kooky, and you get to see like the middle-aged feminine experience from very different angles. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. And it is extremely Puerto Rican, it's very raunchy. And if anyone's interested, the first movie that this production company made is called Picando Alante, and it is on Amazon Prime. And yes, it is
Ooh, okay.
subtitled. That's a fun one. That's also a comedy, but it's about a family that's like trying to raise money for, I don't remember, it came out a couple years ago, and their daughter convinces them to start a marijuana business.
Oh.
So they just become
Spicy.
drug dealers in the suburbs. And it's a really, really funny movie. I cannot recommend it enough.
Oh, awesome. Yo, send me the name of that movie. I'm going
Yes.
to link a couple of those down in the comments as well as in the description as well. What's up, Real James? Good to see you, brother.
What up?
Also, I do want to talk about this. Be positive. This is something we do got to talk about in the box office section. So stick around. Trust me, we'll be talking about the unfortunate situation with Thunderbolts, which is so unfortunate when it comes to Thunderbolts because I feel like we all universally really liked it. So it's like But speaking of that, guys, let's get started with our stories here. We're gonna talk about the box office, y'all, because it is a historic weekend for the Memorial Day box office, guys. Let me just share this screen real quick, y'all. Oh, not that one. Here we go. Big box office weekend, you guys. Lilo and Stitch worldwide opening 4-day holiday weekend, $325 million at the box office. This thing is steamrolling over to $1 billion. I mean, let's be real. Like Mission Impossible, we'll talk about next, didn't even make. I mean, it made like a third of this. And not to mention, this is a movie that kids are loving, man. It has a cinema score of A. It has a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 92%. Like, I know that critics didn't really like it as much, but the audiences absolutely loved it. Loved it. And honestly, this is a big one. I think it says it is top title. Oh, this is the top. Lilo and Stitch. It is the top of the box office. And guys, what do we think? Because I think this sets a bit of a precedent for them to continue making the live action remakes. I mean, we're talking about that Tangle. That's going to be back on the table. Hercules about to dig that out of whatever production hiccup it's in. What do we think about Lilo and Stitch coming in first place? I'm going to start with you, Eli.
Wow. It's not a total shock to me, but at the same time, I guess the level that it's at is a bit surprising because, we've seen live action remakes and or sequels or prequels like what we saw with Mufasa still do really well at the box office despite audience and critic reviews. But man, I think what really helped Lilo and Stitch here is it's the fandom that is attached to it. There is a certain special place in our generation's hearts for this movie in particular, because it's not this cut and dry Disney princess movie. It's from that era, that very Y2K era of Disney movies where they weren't, princes and princesses. These were actually like a little bit more down to earth. I would like to say grounded, as fantastical as they still are. Grounded movies like a Lilo and Stitch, like a Treasure Planet, like Hercules, where it's something that pushed the boundaries of animated storytelling at the time, and they're just kind of reheating those nachos because they're not, they're not. Disney and other big studios, as we've seen, are not in the financial position. Well, not they are, but they don't feel like taking financial risks on original stories like they did in that era. So yeah, you're right. This is gonna really bring back everything from production limbo right now.
I love this new phrase. And if we are going to get more live actions, can we get some obscure ones? Let's do some like Treasure Planet.
Right.
Let's do some Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
I can tell you both of y'all, those are going straight to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Do that. I'm being honest. I
It's
mean, because
true.
the first ones didn't do well at the box office. They're looking at them box office receipts and going, okay, which one's made us like 5 times the budget? Okay.
You know what would be fun, Leo? Like, if we did a poll with audiences across the country or the world, how many people remember Lady and the Tramp?
That one in the
How many people know it exists?
Yeah, I mean that one. It's like that they put that straight to Disney Plus. Peter Pan.
That's
I don't blame
crazy.
them for throwing them, just chucking them straight onto the streaming platform. But I think these tentpole ones like Lilo and Stitch. Yo, I'm gonna say it. I know it's not too early. Big Hero 6, man. Like that's something right for a live action remake. But
I'm here for that.
Yeah,
I'm here
I think
for that.
it's all between like like Eli was saying, with the ones that have the fandoms. You kind of got to get those ones that are like widely celebrated first. We'll see a Frozen. Like, I mean, they're about to go all the way through the system.
Yeah.
Yo, I forgot about this one.
Moana's
Tyler's talking
gonna go
about the
crazy.
Moana live action, and Moana 2 made a Billy. So
That
Woo.
Moana one's going crazy. I'm telling you.
Moana's insane IP. No, it's just kind of like, it's okay, fine. It's fun and dandy that the families get to go to the movie theater and see something that's, kind of a safe bet. But where do we go after this? You're going to run out of IP. Unless you just make 1,000,001 sequels. Like, there's got to be some kind of bet at some point. I mean, we've been through this conversation.
Sequels for sure.
Yeah, I think we also had this conversation of Elio is going straight to the gutter with, the lack of marketing it's had. The first time I've seen an Elio ad has been this week. And it comes out what?
Where the heck is Elio marketing, bro?
hey, to be fair though, the $325 million that went to Lilo and Stitch, I mean, at least they had a little bit of like an Elio thing right before it. Like,
yeah, they really pushed the marketing right before release.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how many people will remember, but at least people watching Lilo and Stitch right now will see the Elio spot. So,
yeah, that's true. That's true. Tough Luck
and it
says,
looks really cute.
Going back to Elio from Pixar, we have that final trailer dropping tomorrow. Okay. To launch pre-sales. Okay. So they're going to have some stuff. They're going to start
see what happens.
Really pushing now with Lilo and Stitch in theaters. That's not a bad idea because it's a no IP property. So attach it to a large IP property. You'll do good. By the way, I got to commend them on the marketing for Lilo and Stitch. These TikToks, Stitch riding through the theaters and stuff. That brilliant marketing. It really reminds me of Barbie. With a little bit of a hint to Megan. Like you have this character that you can just like have appear in different places in real life. It just works so well. And the kids love it. The kids are loving Lilo and Stitch. So they'll be back.
You know what else too is Stitch himself is just an icon.
Yeah, he is.
Like, and I think I underestimated how much people love him. Like, people love Lilo and Stitch.
He's the original minion, guys.
So
True.
like maybe I shouldn't have been surprised because I mean the numbers speak for itself. People are here for him.
Mhm.
I
So-
mean, I don't want to speak for y'all, but I think we can all say Lilo and Stitch has a pretty big place in all three of our lives at some point. You know,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
the movie.
Hell yeah.
I love the movie. I love the show. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I
on Disney
religiously-
Channel.
Yes. Ooh, I religiously watched that show.
And
Oh
that
my
was kind
goodness.
of cool, like the concept of him like catching the other experiments.
Yeah,
like that,
Yes.
dude.
that's
There was
not
a
626.
There's a story behind it, and it expanded into like these fun, adventure of the week episodes.
Yeah.
Really fit that format. Even if the animation was not as like, I guess, cinematic as it was
Yeah.
originally, but still,
little
it worked.
downgrade.
Just a small download, and I understood it, but it
Yeah.
worked. It really did work. So the thing about Stitch, and I make the minion joke as a joke, but also not so much. They're just like these very round, chubby characters that are highly merchandisable.
Yeah. You could sell plushes and all that. Speaking of that,
Exactly.
this is very interesting. Hey, what up, Fatal J? Good
Hello.
to see you, brother. Got to get you
What
on the
up?
show, man. This is very interesting here. Millennials
Mhm.
and Gen Z representing the largest audience base. So even Gen Z love Lilo and Stitch because it was like, I guess
Yeah.
when we were like kids, depending on
Yeah.
your age in this stream, it was like, okay, Lion King, that was stuff that came out when we were like babies. But
Yeah.
like Gen Z, they had Stitch when they were babies, and so they have that attachment just as much. So this is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Um,
No, Disney's definitely warming up their grubby little hands with this one.
And I know we're going to talk about Thunderbolts a little bit too, but there's some reasons that one did not do well and F4 will. So I know people think that sound the alarm, F4 might do bad. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But let's
It's
talk about
not
Mission
bad.
Impossible and the rest. Mission Impossible, 190 million global total.
Not bad.
Not bad.
No.
$400
But it's a
million budget.
$400 million budget.
Expensive ass effing movie. But you know what? That's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is like, you know what? The movie gods will provide. I got my $400 million, expensive ass movie. The crew got paid handsomely, I hope.
And I will say this because I've been doing some research. So it's the biggest opening for the franchise. Okay.
For real?
Despite
Yeah.
the budget, it has the biggest opening for the franchise.
Wow.
And secondly, like IMAX screens are selling out. I saw it in Dolby,
Mhm.
packed.
Dude, it
dude,
took me days to try to see this movie because the theater I was trying to go to kept getting sold out.
Wow.
Right.
So am I?
So
Yeah.
I'm not saying we have Barbenheimer, but we might have something here. I
Little
think there
bit,
might
little
have
bit.
might be some legs for both Lilo and Tom Cruise. We'll see.
It's honestly the strategy of having something that's good for teens and up and having something that's good for kids. At the end of the day,
Yep.
adults
Yeah.
and kids alike want to go to the movies. So having that combination, especially during a holiday weekend, you're going to make money.
Here's my thing is Mission Impossible cooked with Karate Kid coming out? And also
I don't
you got
know.
I don't think so.
maybe not.
Unlikely.
I'm the
Conclusion.
Karate Kid fan in the room.
Like Leo, we both love Cobra Kai. I love Jackie Chan, but I
Oh,
don't know they have that much pull, brother. Like,
I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna say something mad controversial. If I got a Mount Rushmore action stars, you best believe Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise is going on that thing. So
No,
I don't
of
know,
course.
man. I think he deserves that. I think Jackie deserves it, man.
I don't know, but I don't think Jackie has that box office pull anymore. I'm gonna be
he
so
doesn't,
real.
man.
he doesn't.
This is
No.
very interesting from Kevin Davis that Warner Brothers should have moved Superman to June because How to Train Your Dragon isn't going to light up the box office. I don't know about that.
I
don't know.
Hey,
I don't
the
know. Survey
love,
I
test.
don't know.
hey, hold on. The love people have for Stitch, people love Toothless too. They love
Oh,
their
dude.
dragons,
For
man.
real.
The amount of people I keep seeing on TikTok crying at the new Epic Universe park,
There you
seeing
go.
Toothless, I'm like, oh my god.
There you
It
go.
is like people like with these kind of franchises where it just sparks like that inner child for people. There's a very emotional attachment to that IP. It could
Yeah.
be absolute doo-doo caca, and people are gonna roll up to the theaters for it at the very least because they want to see Hiccup, because they want to see
Eli-
Toothless.
Eli's got some new phrases for us. She's got
Yeah, you know
reheating
what? We were
nachos. She's got caca. Like
y'all
she's
gave me
just
2
lining them
weeks.
up.
I had 2 weeks to rehearse. I gotta, I have to bring in the new Gen Z vocabulary from being online for
Wow.
2 weeks.
Reheat the nachos.
Reheating nachos. Come on, guys. Come on. This can't be the first time that we're hearing.
I
of
love
this.
it. I love it.
And now a couple of other notable performances here. Final Destination, taking number 3.
It's not bad.
Overall, it has a total of 187 globally, and I think it's a 50. What is the budget? 50 mil or something?
Hell yeah. Let's
Yeah,
go,
like, the
Final
budget's pretty
Destination.
small.
Once
so-
again.
You go, Glen Coco.
Exactly. Man, but these horror movies, once again, Lo, we've been through this ride one time and time again. Horror movies are such a good, profitable flip at the box
Right?
office.
Keep
so
the budget low
often.
and then make it interesting. People will come. People will come.
Exactly. And we keep it fun.
Poor
And
little
I'm
Thunderbolt.
excited to see Weapons. I saw the poster at the theater
Oh,
today. I'm like,
Weapons looks
"Ooh,
pretty good, man.
Weapons looks so good." And I am a Barbarian
Yo.
fan. So
Here for
Weapons
it.
looks messed up.
Here for it.
So poor Thunderbolts, y'all. Man,
Welcome
it is like one of the biggest box office bombs of the MCU. Bottom 3, I think.
Damn.
Worldwide, $355 million. Kevin Davis, you can let me know. It's the bottom 5, right? Ain't it like the third worst? But 355 million worldwide on a budget of around 150 million. It's not good, man. But I'm gonna just weigh in here. The thing about Thunderbolts that was always going to be hard is these are not popular characters.
No.
And while Florence Pugh is popular among us on film Twitter and Gen Z,
Mhm.
younger millennial and film critics and film enthusiasts, she's not, I wouldn't necessarily say she's quite household name yet. Like
No,
she's like
not.
there,
Mhm.
almost, she's like on the cusp, but there's not like that. Like my parents aren't gonna know who Florence Pugh is.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like the general audience ain't gonna know who Florence Pugh is. So like she's not quite as strong enough of a pull, which she's a pull for us. I mean,
Mhm.
yes, I've
I
seen
mean, they
Thunderbolts
tried it
before.
with that A24 style trailer.
Yeah, and it brought us in, and it had us
Mhm.
interested, and it really got a lot of film enthusiasts enjoying a Marvel movie again, and
Mhm.
audiences that saw it too enjoyed it, but not enough to be like, man, you gotta see that. Nope, it's not enough.
I have something to say about that. I think they really fumbled the bag with this one, with that marketing, with that big reveal of right Sunday evening of your opening weekend. You're already saying, "Oh my god, it's the new Avengers." I
Yeah,
don't think that worked. You should have left it a secret. You should have left people talking about it, on the down low, like, "Oh, spoilers." That's, I don't know. It kind of shot itself in the foot with that, especially since it was competing with Sinners, especially at IMAX theaters. Sinners
Yeah.
came back
You
at
know,
IMAX screens.
I think
I look
that
what's
is
right
really
below it.
that's what did it. I don't think Marvel realized how big Sinners was gonna be. Because Sinners buried everything else, and
Yeah,
and
I think
Thunderbolts was part
everyone
of the aftermath.
underestimated Sinners a lot.
Yeah.
And when I say everyone, I mean like, the studios. They
Yeah,
really just
absolutely.
didn't really see it as much competition, but here we are.
And here's the thing: is like, sure, Sinners has less of a box office, but what you have to realize is that Sinners is rated R.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
IMAX. Like the experience of Sinners is IMAX.
It's also
Oh,
week
it's
6.
just
It's on week 6
yeah,
of its
it's on
box
week
office
6.
run.
Yo, and it's not going nowhere. It's got 330 million or something, 338 million. Variety, y'all should be ashamed. And now look at Sinners just running and running.
I'm like, fuck you, Variety.
You know,
Bastards.
I was trying to analyze the misses so far with Marvel, and what's interesting is I feel like Captain America had the star power, but not the sauce.
He did
And then
not have
Thunderbolts
the star
had
power. Oh,
had
I
a
got
little bit more
Oh.
sauce, but not enough star power. Like, how do you balance that? Well, what do audiences want?
Here's the
Like,
problem. The Captain America 4 was kind of like that last regime's last movie.
Yeah.
And then this is the new regime's first movie. The problem is the new regime's first movie didn't have enough star power. The old
Right.
regime's last movie didn't have good enough reviews.
right.
So now people are kind of confused, but consensually, Fantastic Four looks at least like a good time. And I
Exactly.
think people know and identify with that early 2004 or whatever Fantastic Four. That
Mhm.
2015 we just don't even talk about. But the early ones, people know those, and there's a nostalgia factor. So it's gonna get people watching it.
And to
And
be
not only
fair,
that, yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, real quick. I just feel
Mhm.
like Pedro as Reed is huge for this.
I was about to
Because people love him, and he's just
People
the
love
it
him,
guy
and
right
not
now.
only that, he is at Cannes right now. He is eating up
Yes.
the PR spotlight. Pedro
Yes.
Pascal is also currently not anymore, but he's still very relevant with The Last of Us. Pedro Pascal has been very present on people's screens for the past, at the very least, month. That relevancy is going to get people to the box office for Fantastic Four. Plus, the marketing for Fantastic Four has arguably been a lot more solid. You have the IMAX animated intro that looks fantastic, valga la redundancia. You also have the music. Again, I love the score. The music is already, very catchy, very iconic. The trailer's really good. I think this has the potential to be a really good hook. I'm not saying Joseph Quinn particularly has enough star power to bring people to the box office, but between like the Venn diagram of Pedro Pascal fans and Joseph Quinn fans has to be damn near a circle, because it's all these same hyper online internet fangirls
Well,
that will absolutely show up.
to your point,
TikTok,
Eli, we got
Cam, and
we
go.
got Stranger Things, we got The Bear,
That
like we
Bear.
got some fandoms
That
here.
thing.
Like,
Yeah, I was like, people like Cousin, man.
That's true. That is also very true. So
Hear me
there's
out.
star power here and a really good, interesting premise.
Yes, and hear me out, y'all. Now listen, please don't say this is a spoiler or a leak or nothing. My theory, I think what's gonna happen in the post credit is we're gonna see. I don't think Galactus destroys this Fantastic Four's Earth. I think
Okay.
it's the 2005 Fantastic Four's Earth who gets
so?
destroyed. Yes, I
Then
think they
how
gotta run.
come?
I think the ship is actually them coming. No, I have a
Mm.
whole theory. I'll make a video
Okay,
about it.
I'll
at
let you
some
cook.
point,
I'll let you
but-
cook, Leo.
I like it, but where the hell are we though in the movie? We're in their world, right?
Yeah, well,
We'll
I'm
find
saying,
out.
Well, I'm just saying that would be like the post credit. Would be like,
Oh,
okay,
okay. So you're not
this-
talking about the whole movie.
no.
So you're
I'm reading
saying at the end
post-credit.
of Thunderbolts, it's not the current Fantastic Four coming in?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I gotta cook on that theory, but I do
Okay,
think
okay.
Galactus destroys.
We'll circle back.
not-
We'll circle back
Yeah,
every week.
I think the post credit
We'll
happens
come back
and
to this.
Galactus destroys somebody.
Back to the board.
but it's not
Exactly.
the Fantastic Four in this one. It's the 2005. All right. Well,
Okay, okay.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm all over
hey,
the
It's
place.
okay.
We
No,
turn
you
the
know what?
cam-
No,
we turn the
I'm
camera.
here.
Leo has like a fucking board with all these like string and fucking all these like clippings and
That's why
shit.
Leo's got no voice. He's been cooking.
I've been cooking.
What's that? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, exactly.
Charlie,
That's
Charlie's like smoking a cigarette.
That's exactly what's been happening in Leo's household. And we will circle back every single week on this conspiracy until it comes out.
All right, y'all. So on this next one, sorry, little bit of improvisation. I'm gonna talk about a big theme. Speaking of Marvel Studios, Avengers Doomsday has been delayed to December 18th, 2026 from May.
Happy
And
birthday to
then
me.
Avengers Secret Wars delayed to December 17th, 2027 from May. Now Doomsday comes out on the same day as Dune Messiah. Sorry, Doom Messiah is moving now. Like it's gonna move. Brace
Gonna
yourself.
have to.
That's moving.
It has no choice.
It's not about. They're not about to be like, we can beat Avengers. That's not about to happen. Warner
As,
Brothers
as
is smart enough.
well as Dune, like part 2 did, it's just not gonna happen. It's not the same audience. It's
Nope.
not the same fervor.
I kind of like this. I like the spot. I think you know what I mean. Like Star Wars used to occupy that spot.
I was gonna
before
say
they-
the same thing. This was a Star Wars box office, and
Yeah,
I like it being Marvel now. December went from Star Wars to Avatar, and now it's Doomsday. It had to be.
you know what's funny? Like somewhere James Cameron's like, "Damn it all."
True. That was his spot for 5 seconds, but it's okay.
Well, he's got this year though. He can.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
going-
That's true.
He's going to
He'll release one this year and then wait till 2028. Plug that.
Right. He's like, when is Avengers done? Let me
The
let me,
next
let me
Christmas
slide in that next December.
That's
that's-
crazy.
Thank you for the heads up. Tough luck. New look, special look at the Fantastic Four tonight. They're in the fourth
Okay.
quarter of the Western Conference Finals. You got a score update. Tough luck. Help me out, brother. Hopefully Minnesota. Hopefully Minnesota's cooking tonight. Hopefully.
I know. The Celtics just rip, out this year. That was so sad. That's so sad. A man has torn his ACL, Leo.
Oh my God,
and
he's
you're
out for 9
cheering.
months.
You're
He's out for 9
cheering.
months, bro.
So just quick
brother
update,
was
y'all. Thunder are up 12.
Let's see.
So not looking good for the Wolves.
See, that's what you get for
Goddamn
cheering on a
Minnesota.
man torn ACL.
I just don't understand. Say that for another podcast.
Hey, it might be their year, man. Things are just the stars are aligning for the Thunder, and they got a good team, So
It might not be Thunderbolts box office, but it is the Thunder.
It is OKC Thunder's year.
Eli with the smooth transition.
Hello.
Shane Goofiest Alexander. All right, let's check out exactly these dates. Now, they actually moved this, and Disney. It says Disney insiders believe this is the reason that they moved it to allow time to execute on a gargantuan vision for the films. And I think that, that basically in a nutshell is like we need more time for VFX.
That's valid.
To get all this stuff
I
done.
mean, they just started production. I feel like they just started production last week. Like having it released 1 year from today, like it even then, even if they were on their top game, it feels tight.
And also like after doing the chair thing, it's like they're building this up, but it's like to your point, Eli, like there's not a lot of wiggle room here. Like if they have to do reshoots, if they have to, God forbid somebody gets hurt or somebody has a scheduling conflict, like there's no wiggle room here. There's just a cast of like 20 like bona fide movie stars. Like
that's insane.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It also was so
you know.
insane to have it come out 2 months before Brand New Day, because isn't that what happened with Infinity War?
Far From Home.
It?
I think
Far
Far
From
From
Home
Home and they were Far From Home and Endgame were very close to each other.
Release.
So, yeah,
And they were gonna repeat that. I totally get it. I totally get the date change, because I don't know. I'm not saying I didn't care, but having Far From Home happen right after Infinity War was so weird and kind of almost disheartening because how can we pretend this is normal? It was that really weird time to be a weird and great time to be a Marvel fan.
Well, Far From Home happened after Endgame, and
it was after Endgame, was it?
Yeah,
it was
like
really
right
close
after
though.
Endgame.
Yeah,
and technically, Far From Home is supposed to be the end of that phase, which I still find really weird.
No. I think it's kind of like the epilogue. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
the
like,
epilogue.
yeah,
Okay,
like I kind of felt like it was like that last little button on the sweater where you just needed to get one more piece out of the saga, and I thought it was good to focus on Peter.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think that bringing Spider-Man forward is a better idea. And we've got a really good lineup here. I mean, the Fantastic Four first steps. By the way, between this, we're going to have X-Men 97 season 2. Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Listen, this is a slapping lineup. Like,
Yep.
I mean, I know people have been like,
Yeah.
oh, Marvel's kind of lost the magic and the sauce. But I mean, yo, if you would have told me 2 years ago I'm getting Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Avengers all within
It's a
a
no
couple years,
skip. It's a no skip playlist.
it's a no skip. That is
Eli,
perfect. Oh my
Eli's
God.
on point tonight.
He's on point. Tough Luck brings up a good point here. Doomsday Delay also means Spider-Man Brand New Day is now a street level film again. I
God.
think I mean, with Destin Daniel Cretton coming in and these rumors going around that Mr. Negative's the villain. I think that this is gonna be a street level Spider-Man movie.
Wait, but like, I'm actually concerned now. Does that mean Tom's out of Doomsday for sure?
No, because Spider-Man Brand New Day is before Doomsday and Secret Wars now.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So since it's before them, you can get him in Doomsday and in Brand New Day.
Okay, so the delay helps him.
Yeah, because the delay pushes it back and brings Spider-Man Brand New Day out first. Yeah, see, I think that might be part of it too, low. Like we were
You
saying
think we're gonna
earlier.
get like Hell's Kitchen street level heroes for this one?
I don't know.
It's tight.
The reason why I don't know is because, like, okay, now they're bringing in Jessica Jones. That was confirmed. She's coming in.
Exactly.
Goodness, they're bringing back all the goodies, baby.
Yeah.
Tyler
creme de la
never
creme.
ceases to disappoint. Ironheart is Squidward looking out the window.
So depressing.
I'm gonna keep it real.
So
Ironheart looks
depressing.
awesome. Like it looks
It
so
does.
good.
I
But yeah,
hate
they
that they're
paid
just treating
so
it like
much.
trash. Like Dominique Thorne deserves better. I'm here for Riri, but Disney's like, nah. Like,
Character.
The racist man.
Yeah. Bien cabrón.
But yeah, I think this slate of Marvel Studios look good. What do you guys think about the delay? And what do you guys just think about the lineup? I mean, the future looks bright for Marvel, I would say.
For sure. For sure. I think, like we were just saying, there's really no cons to Doomsday moving the date.
Yeah.
It also gives everybody else room to breathe that Memorial Day weekend. Like the Devil Wears Prada 2 just had like the most insane thing happen for it that weekend. So who knows? It's kind of anyone's game now, which I think is a testament to what we just saw this past Memorial Day weekend. Dude, we need variety at the theaters. This will keep the business model alive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think the delay is a good thing for it. Give those VFX artists time to cook.
Yeah. For sure.
and also, whether or not people are on board with everything the MCU has done, I mean, I personally am just chomping at the bit for more Children of the Atom. I mean, the X-Men are coming. They are coming, and we've seen it in a little bit of the Marvels, a little bit of Miss Marvel, a little bit of Doctor Strange in the multiverse. Like, they are coming, and now it's official. Like, the OGs are getting their send-off at Doomsday, but that just means we're getting our proper MCU X-Men, and I can't wait. So the MCU's future is very bright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that X-Men's gonna go hard. Good question from Tough Luck here, who says, how much money do you think Star Wars? He says 500 to 600 million worldwide on a 166 million budget.
I don't know, man. I don't
I
think
think
it's
more
gonna do
people-
that well. I'm
Ooh.
not gonna lie.
Hey, hold on. I think
But
let's see how Fantastic Four does, but I think a lot of people love Pedro and Grogu a lot more than they're putting on.
fair,
I think it
fair.
might. I think it might surprise. I think it might surprise.
If we even see Pedro in the movie.
Well, of course, but Grogu himself, like same way, like for example,
Yeah.
that rabid fan base that Stitch has, like people
That's
love
very true.
Baby Yoda. They
If
love
they play
Baby
their
Yoda.
cards
You know?
right, I think it could be really good, and they could like rekindle that craze for the character, the merchandise.
Like
But I
people will
feel
remember,
it's
like,
kinda
oh
died
yeah,
down a little bit.
yeah. Well, it's been a while. When the hell was season 3? A year
2 years
ago?
ago,
2 years
probably.
ago?
For years, yeah.
Yeah. So
Got Mando sitting on the beach. closing like a damn Looney Tunes cartoon. I was like, what the hell just happened? It was weird, bro.
See,
Grogu's going on a press tour with like Stitch.
Tyler sees the vision. He sees the vision.
I do enjoy like the Looney Tunes live action inserts of animated characters into real life. I just think that's kooky as hell.
Yo, hold on, look. 2023, y'all. That might as well be 5 years ago.
Oh my god.
Why would you say it like that?
Damn, he said that might as well be 5 years ago, bro.
That is
Jesus.
light years. That is light years in this day and age. In the
I
post
wish you
pandemic.
could think I'm wrong.
Damn, man.
Oh my
Some of us are still
lord.
young, bruh.
Come on.
All right, so we've got Elden Ring, the amazing game, which is now officially in the works at A24 with Alex Garland set to write and direct. How do we feel about this? I mean, George R.R. Martin worked on this game. A24 is now in the commercial game. I'm gonna keep it real. A24 is struggling. With the commercial stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, maybe y'all need
They
to
really are.
back away from that, because what was that little monster movie they had? That little Stitch,
Legend of Ochi.
Legend of Ochi.
Ain't nobody watched that.
Nothing.
No, but let's talk about how crude their release strategy has been.
Man, they're just
5
chucking them into
different
the wind.
It's just blown into the wind. Where's the press? Where's
Yo.
why can't we space them out for different
Opus.
Like, Legend of Oshi could have worked. I don't know, maybe in like July or back to school or something, or maybe something more low key. I don't know, but
Not before
really?
they go on Stitch. Like that just
no.
steamrolled the hell out of that. Legend
Yeah.
of
And then
Ochi.
even Death of a Unicorn had Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega, but still nobody went to see that. Like
Quiet release.
Quiet.
And Death and Unicorn, I went that opening weekend. I went to the movies 3 weeks in a row to see an A24 like new release. I saw Opus, I saw Death of the Unicorn, and I saw Warfare. All of them I had mid feelings about except for Opus. That's insane. And it was just too much. I feel like they really oversaturated themselves with that and really shot themselves in the foot. So I don't know if their whole quote unquote going commercial strategy is really working. I don't know if they know how to do that. Quite
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm looking up their 2025 movie slate, and Material List looks great. Now,
Materialist looks
that
fantastic, but that's because it's Celine's song.
Yeah,
lean
yeah.
song, baby.
Yep, it's a lead song.
It's Celine's
And-
and the marketing for it is fantastic. And I think it's gonna be absolutely great. Exactly. It will be a return to form for A24 because I think they should just stick to what makes them that great brand. However, I will say this. As long as Alex Garland is not, anywhere near a military film set, I'm happy. I am,
okay.
I am happy as
upset.
a clam.
So, you know what's weird? I have mixed feelings about this because I really like Alex Garland as a filmmaker. I think he's a great writer. I think he's a good director. But
Mhm.
the last time we had an indie director take on a CG epic project of this nature, it was Warcraft with Duncan Jones. And
I
guys,
fall asleep during that movie every single time.
Warcraft didn't do that well. So, he's really got to make sure the story's tight. Hopefully he gets some star power and hopefully he makes it interesting for people. Because I think just hearing about Elden Ring, I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with the franchise, but I think general audiences, they're going to need something to pull them in. It's not going to be enough to just be a video game epic fantasy movie. They're going to have some kind of pull, maybe some star power, maybe, some kind of hook. So
Yeah, for sure. I think what is a pro to me, an advantage to Elden Ring is how vast it is. I actually had like this whole full-blown conversation about this with a friend of mine who said, oh, it's not going to work because it's so vast. I'm like, but I think that's what does work about it. Because that's what worked with Dungeons and Dragons in a sense. You can just create within this universe that is so rich with lore and different mechanics and storylines. make your own little core story that lives in this universe and hook people through not only star power, but through an epic Lord of the Rings style fantasy that actually looks of very good quality, because people actually they do like that. And people
Yeah, that's
did
true.
show up, even though Dungeons and Dragons like worst enemy was its release in the pandemic, it still did pretty decent at the box office and did well on Netflix after. So people, audiences do want to see fun things like this. If it goes way too Green Knight, which if I recall correctly, didn't do super duper great at the box office,
No.
it's absolutely fine.
I love Green Knight. It just was not a
I'm not
movie for the masses.
exactly. It is not a movie for the masses. The same way Tragedy of
No.
Macbeth is not a movie for the masses, but these are still fantastic movies, and I don't think
Fantastic film.
their box office numbers should have anything to do with the quality and the worth of these films.
Yo, I didn't know how much I needed Denzel Washington to wield a sword, but that
Dude,
man,
I've been seeing clips of it again. I'm like, damn, I gotta see Tragedy of Macbeth again.
he was so damn good in that movie.
Phenomenal. And Catherine Hunter as
Whew.
the witch. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah, A24, I hope that they can have a win this year. Maybe Smashing Machine. I mean, if that does well too.
And they
Yeah.
got star power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that one doing pretty decent. I mean, last time Safdie had a hit, I mean, Uncut Gems did really well for them. So
Really well.
It was also the hook of, wow, Adam Sandler in a more serious movie.
it's just copy pasta for The Rock.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, y'all. Let's finish out with this story about the Michael Jackson biopic. It's the
Man,
best, man.
I forgot that was coming out, bro.
So it's now been delayed. Of course, it will be delayed to 2026. Rumored to be split into 2 parts, with part 1 ending after Off the Wall and a new release date likely set for later 2026, I guess. But it looks like it's going to be split into 2 films, and the current cut runs over 3.5 hours. And they also are about to bring on another 22 days of shooting. This just sounds like a mess. I mean,
Yeah.
delay after delay. They had no update at CinemaCon. This is a mess. And
Yeah.
honestly, it makes me wonder, was this even necessary? Remember, they had the whole debacle about like, oh, one part
Remember
of
the
movie
Beatles
not-
movies?
Oh my god,
That's still happening, Eli. That is
I
still
know.
happening.
I know, but where's the drama? Where's people being excited for it?
I'm not excited for that
It's
Beatles.
giving flop. It's giving flop.
It's giving
Like, but the Beatles case, is it like, okay, the Legend and Lennon ones are gonna like do blockbuster numbers, and then the Ringo and the George ones just
It's
do
gonna be
nothing?
weird. It's gonna be just so strange.
It's
And it's gonna
messed
make
up.
this really weird cultural war between John Lennon and Paul McCartney fans.
Right.
It is.
Go home.
And also,
I
it's
feel
like
like
it just
all over the
screams
board.
like, why the hell didn't they just do a mini series or something on Max or something, like Apple TV or
Could
something?
have just
Like,
done that. We could have kept it clean, cut, simple. But no, let's
You know-
complicate it and go to the box office and try to make another Bohemian Rhapsody.
And see, the Beatles ones, I'm gonna watch all 4 of them. I mean, I am. I'm probably not in the like in a rush to the Ringo ones and all that. But
No.
I'm
Hey,
definitely in
also
the Paul
though,
McCartney camp.
you know,
But
they had a good cast though. I like the idea of like Barry Keoghan and
Mhm.
Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
No,
You
of
know?
course. It's the internet boyfriends that's gonna
Right.
bring the people to the box office. But again, it's gonna be this really weird culture war between OG fans and like again the super duper hyper online addicted Tumblr girls going, oh my god, Ringo's my boyfriend. No, Paul McCartney. Like, can we be so serious just for one moment here? Just one moment. It's not gonna be a hit. That's just how it is.
Hey, the
Wait.
Beatles is gonna break Tumblr though.
Let me ask y'all.
Yeah,
Let me ask y'all about
again.
the Michael Jackson one though. Do we need the mic? Like, what's going
No.
on, man? Like, what is happening here with these music biopics with Michael Jackson? This biopic. What is going on with these biopics?
The last
man?
great biopic was Rocket Man in my eyes.
Yeah, Rocket Man was
But
great.
you also have the subject of that biopic alive and well and involved in the biopic.
Yeah. When you have the figure still around to weigh
Yeah.
in, I think that helps
Hey,
a lot.
And also the
y'all-
way that
did-
it's
did y'all-
something so stylistic.
Did y'all watch A Complete Unknown? I missed that one. So.
Flop.
Okay. And I was just curious. I wasn't sure what you guys thought about it. So.
Did not care for that. Did not care to see that. I was told that it was not great. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue to move on. Leo's dying over here.
Yeah, flop.
True. Who clapped? Play back the Oscars right now. Who clapped? Who clapped
Look,
for
it
that
was a little
supporting
quiet.
actress?
It got a little quiet in that room.
Completely unknown because nobody saw it.
Completely unknown because shit. I
not for
forgot
me.
about it completely.
Yeah.
And also, kind of just to touch on the MJ thing, because I haven't really said anything about it, but
Mhm.
I made the joke earlier, but also, I mean, jokes aside, Leo, I forgot this was happening.
Yeah.
like I remember seeing
There's
the press
no
photo
buzz.
from the Twitter, and then all of a sudden it disappeared. Now it's 2 movies, and I don't know if that's gonna work out for them.
Flop. No, see,
We need a flop button, guys.
well, here's the thing about Michael. Here's the thing about Michael. He got a lot of fans, and if you get this wrong, oh my god, it will be. We're not gonna hear the end of it.
Nope.
We're not gonna hear the end. Oh my god, they ruined that. They ruined Michael. We're not gonna hear the end of it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, obviously, this is not the same level of star power, but one could argue, I guess, it's close. The Selena series on Netflix, another flop. Really, really bad.
Really bad.
Really
The wigs
bad
were even
series.
bad.
The wigs, bad.
What's
the
interesting, though,
acting,
is
bad. The
who the
writing,
hell-
really sad.
Who asked for that? But I know the
Nobody.
estate was looking for money, I guess. But.
It happened. That's the really, really unfortunate truth of that. The Selena Quintanilla estate is always digging for more money from that brand. It's really depressing.
Yeah.
And I think that's also part of the reason why it just wasn't as good as it could have been. And again, nobody asked for it. And when it came out, it was very lukewarm reception. Again, we don't really need this unless it's something that comes from I think comes from a genuine place, is trying to see the artist as like this mythical figure perhaps, and trying to see him in a different light and try to do something different, maybe. But again, we had the Michael Broadway show just in a couple of years ago, and that was also controversial. So
I didn't really like that, man. It's not that
it's weird. It's strange. It feels exploitative.
Yeah, and that play was a little mixed feelings for me. Tough luck wants to reshoot to have a scene where George Lucas approached Michael to play the role of Jar Jar. Nah, that's not going in the movie, man.
No,
they already got three out in 3.5 hours. Oh my god.
no. We did not need to explore that phonetically.
Tahisa.
Misa no like that one.
I think so.
Guys, this has been a great stream.
Yeah, for real. For what it's worth, that Michael Jackson biopic just maybe it'll never come out. Who knows? But y'all, let's go around the horn. Let the people know where they can find you and what you got coming up on your platform. Starting with you, Ely.
Oh my gosh. Find me Captain Melendez on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And you can also find me and my colleagues over at PR Critics on Twitter and Instagram. You can also listen to the PRCA podcast over on wherever you can listen to podcasts. We just covered the Cannes Film Festival. Alejandro, Angel, and Hector all have been covering the festival. So that's really, really awesome. And you should all go check it out.
Definitely go check it out, guys. Go check her out over on the PR Critics. Y'all definitely be sure to follow them, y'all. They always drop some great content. Lo, let the people know where they can find you, what you got coming up.
Yes. You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at where's my name? At Marcellus Durden. I'm a proud editor and writer for the Cinema Spot. We've got a lot of great reviews, especially the 2 latest horror releases. Fear Street Prom Queen, Final Destination Bloodlines is live on the site. I am currently writing my Lilo and Stitch review, which I'm lagging on, but I'll have it done shortly before the week starts. Please check us out on all socials at the Cinema Spot and thecinemasPot.com.
Guys, definitely go check them out there and pumping up some great content over there, y'all. And come on back, y'all. Listen, I've been sick for the last 2 weeks, so I've been pumping out nothing but shorts. But yo, listen, the love has been great. Thank you guys so much for showing up to this live stream. We had Tough Luck, Tyler, Be Positive, stop by, Kevin Davis. Thank you guys so much, y'all. And y'all, the new times are going to be Monday nights at 6 p.m. PT. So we'll see you guys next time. And thank you guys so much for showing up. See you next time.